Hello there, my name's Annette with Sunbeam Fabric Art. Welcome to my channel. I recently published Layer Cake Video 14 and Layer Cake Video 14B. I was asked if this would work for charm packs, and I rose to the challenge, and we are going to see what happens today with charm packs. Layer Cake number 14 was a 1-cut star. Layer Cake 14B was a 2-cut star. I played around with some designs on my computer and I decided to do 2 cuts, and I will leave where I'm cutting these in the description as well. But on the right hand side I'm measuring over 1 inch and then down 3 inches. On the left hand side I'm measuring down 2 inches, and on the bottom I'm measuring over 1.5 inches. And to me this made the most interesting star that did not have to be matched up in any way. Here is a look at the 2 charm packs I am using today. You can see one of them has all kinds of different colors and floral prints and checks. The one on the left hand side is beige based. I have some white charm packs as well, but I really wanted to use that beige to go with these pretty floral prints. I'll make sure and leave a note in the description so you can calculate how many charm packs you would need to make a larger project. I feel comfortable cutting 6 charm packs at a time, so I'm taking a square from the floral pack, and then on top of that I put a square from the beige pack, and I alternate those until they are 6 high. With this being a charm pack project, I'm going to make my project, which is going to be a table runner, 4 charm packs wide and 10 charm packs long. So I'm going to have a total of 2 extra charm packs from each of the charm packs. With my little sheet of paper as my guide, I'm going to cut each set of charm packs. First, I'm cutting it the 1 inch over and the 3 inch down line, and then I'm cutting that 2 inch down and 1.5 inch over line. When they're all finished being cut, I'm taking the top beige from that top right wedge, putting it on the bottom. And to mix these up a little bit, I go down about halfway through that other wedge stack and make sure I have a floral print on the top. Now comes the easy part, which is chain piecing. I'm going to start piecing on the larger wedge first. When I get done with this entire stack, I will separate my chains. Then I will flip them around and I will stitch on the smaller wedge. As I separate this last chain, I am taking the time to divide those 2 charm packs. So the main fabric of each block is one of the 2 charm packs, and I'm just splitting these in half. So my stack you see here on the left, that's the main print of the floral pack, and then the stack on the right is that beige charm pack for the main fabric. And here's what those 2 stacks look like after being pressed nice and flat. Now it's time to trim these. We've lost a 1/4 inch 4 times, so I expect to trim these to 4-inch blocks. I'm starting with the tiniest wedge first to line up my top right hand side of my ruler, a little bit less than the cut line, then just making sure the 4-inch line is covered on the left and the bottom. Then I'm going to trim that right side, trim that top side, then I'm going to flip this unit around the other way and line it up with 4 inches and trim the other 2 sides. Well, now comes the fun part, which is laying out these blocks. Now, some of the layout ideas might give you some food for thought. Maybe you want to do it differently than I did. The one I decided on is the one you see right in the middle of your screen. So I've laid out 16 blocks here, and what I'm doing is I'm making sure I'm making an X with 4 of the blocks, but I'm making an X where the larger part of the main part of the X is towards the middle of the 4 square. And you can see by doing this, our little secondary stars are off from each other, and that's what we want. So when we sew these together, we don't have to worry about matching anything up except the blocks themselves. Now it's time to just, similar to dealing out a deck of cards, I'm just placing more blocks on top of my plan so I don't have to think too hard about what I'm doing. When I get to the end, I can stack these up on top of each other, so I only have to take one X stack to the sewing machine. Now it's an easy process to sew these blocks together. I'm going to take the top 2, stitch them together, and I'm going to chain piece the top 2 blocks all the way through. Then I'm going to continue piecing those bottom 2 blocks. Once I get through both stacks, I separate the chain, put it back in the order in which I got it, and then I start sewing the top 2 blocks to the bottom 2 blocks. And I am nesting that center seam, but since I trimmed these all to 4 inches, they go together really nicely. And I'm also double checking that largest part of the X is toward the center of my blocks. Once I've got all the individual blocks assembled, all I have to do is join these blocks together until I have a total diameter of 4 4-inch blocks by 10 4-inch blocks. So that's 2 of the larger blocks by 5 of the larger blocks. And again, since I'm using 2 charm packs, I actually have 2 projects. So I'm repeating this entire process again with that floral charm pack as the main fabric. Once I had both projects stitched together, I did take the time to press these nice and flat. Well, now I have 2 very, very cute table runners to finish up. I'd be interested in the comments if you have a favorite, which one you like better and why. Here is the floral print, and now here is the one with that beige fabric as the main fabric. I may add a little border on the beige table runner. I think it needs a little something extra. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you back again real soon.